Good morning, dear students, and welcome back to English video lessons. Our lesson for today is 5A, cover page, reading part 1, and vocabulary. So please open your student's book, page 59. Let's get started with the learning objectives. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the meaning of 8 vocabulary items through matching them with the correct pictures. Identify the main idea of the text through looking at the comic strip and answering a question properly. Now have a look at the title of this module. Get the message across. Do you have any idea what does that mean? Excellent! To get a message across is to manage to make other people understand a message or an idea you want to communicate or explain. Now look at the chat on the tablet, dear students, and read through it. Did you understand it? Circle the abbreviations used in this chat. Very good. Now have a look at question number 1 and discuss. What do the abbreviations YOLO, IDK, BRB, RU, and LOL stand for? You are amazing. YOLO stands for You Only Live Once. IDK stands for I Don't Know. BRB stands for Be Right Back. And RU stands for Are You? Now read this text message and circle the abbreviation used. Well done! What does this abbreviation stand for? Excellent! LOL stands for Laugh Out Loud. Let's move on to the second question. Do you use abbreviations and emoticons when you chat or text? Which ones do you use? Well done! Most of you will say, I always use abbreviations and emoticons when I text or chat with my friends. They help me express myself better. What do you think Module 5 is about, dear students? You are right. In this module, you will learn to talk about different means of communication, to talk about gestures, customs, and cultural differences, to form nouns from verbs. You will learn some abbreviations, to understand notes and messages, to write a note. You will learn language related to telephone calls, to express agreement and disagreement, to express obligation, lack of obligation, and prohibition, to make requests and offer to help, to ask for, give, and refuse permission, to express possibility, to discuss facts, and finally, to write an email asking for and responding to suggestions. So as I said before, in this module, you will learn to talk about cultural differences. What problems you might encounter when traveling abroad? Excellent! Language. If you are unable to speak the local language of that country, you won't be able to communicate with the people around you. Culture and customs. That's right. Weather. It's a travel problem for most people. Food. Well done. Food poisoning is actually a travel problem that can strike at any moment. Gestures. Correct. Before you travel, you should always be informed about gestures in order to avoid offending people in that country, because gestures differ from country to country. Now have a look at these pictures. In each one of them, you will find a different gesture. Listen to the sentences 1 to 8 very carefully, dear students, and try to figure out the meanings of the verbs in bold. Then match them with the pictures A to H. Are you ready? Let's begin.
Module 5. Get the message across. 5A. 1. Vocabulary. Listen to sentences 1 to 8. What do the verbs in bold mean? Match them with the pictures A to H. 1. Mrs. Robin kissed her baby on the cheek. 2. Karim waved at Jamil from the car, but Jamil didn't see him. 3. In Japan, people bow when the emperor enters the room. 4. The woman hugged her son before he left for school. 5. The two men shook hands before the interview started. 6. Come on, Mum, smile. I want to take your picture. 7. Harry nodded to show that he agreed with what I said. 8. There's my brother, said Steve, and pointed to a boy who was walking past.
Let's check your answers. Number 1. Kissed. Excellent. Picture G. Number 2. Waved. Very good. Picture D. Number 3. Bow. That's right. Picture E. Number 4. Hugged. Very good. Picture A. Number 5. Shook hands. Well done. Picture C. Number 6. Smile. That's right. Picture B. Number 7. Nodded. Very good. Picture F. And the last one, pointed. That's right. Picture H. Time to practice the vocabulary you have learned. Choose the correct answer, A, B, or C. Number 1. I knew Salah agreed with me because he kept while I was explaining my idea to the group. Excellent. He kept nodding. Number 2. Look at that, she said, at the hole in the door. You are right. Pointing. Number 3. The players, their heads to the crowd. Very good. The players bowed their heads. Number 4. I at her from the window, but she didn't see me. Well done. I waved at her. Now match the words with their meanings. Pause the video, take a couple of minutes, and try to do the activity by yourself. Are you ready? Let's check your answers. Number 1. To wave. That's right. The answer is E. Number 2. To point. Excellent. The answer is C. Number 3. To nod. Well done. The answer is A. Number 4. To bow. Very good. The answer is B. And finally, to hug. Correct. The answer is D. Activity B. Label the gestures with the words or phrases in the box. You will find this activity in your workbook. So pause the video, take a couple of minutes, and try to do it by yourself. Are you ready? Let's begin. Number 1 is excellent. Shake hands. Number 2 is correct. Wave. Number 3 is you are amazing. Kiss. Number 4 is that's right. Bow. Number 5 is well done. Smile. And the last one, correct. Hug. Great job. Now let's move on to activity A, discuss. You have one question. Do you think it's important to learn about a country's customs and traditions before traveling there? Justify your answer. Say why or why not. Some students find it very important to learn about a country's customs and traditions before traveling there. They are going to say, yes, I think it's important because I don't want to offend anyone. But other students find it unnecessary to do that. They are going to answer this question with, no, I don't think it's important. Local people should understand that tourists might not know about their customs or traditions, so they shouldn't feel offended. Let's begin with the first reading text in this module. Culture matters. What type is it? You are right. It's a comic strip. Now look at it very carefully. What do you think happened? So do you have an answer, dear students? Listen to the audio and check your answer.
2. Read. Culture matters.
Tokyo is out of this world. I'm so glad Mum and Dad brought us here on holiday.
So am I. Look, I'm starving. How about going to grab a bite?
Sure. Why don't we go to that sushi restaurant we saw yesterday?
Okay, why not? Ian,
What?
your shoes. Take them off.
I'm glad you reminded me. I certainly don't want to offend anyone.
I don't either. Now put them on the shoe rack and choose a pair of slippers. Delicious. I love sushi.
I do too. However, eating with chopsticks is a bit tricky. I'm not very good at it.
Neither am I, but we'll get the hang of it. We're going to be here for another week. Hey, have you seen the time? We need to get a move on. We're meeting Mum and Dad in 10 minutes.
Okay, let's ask for the bill. Hey Ryan, do we bow to the waiter on the way out?
I guess. Bowing is not just a way to greet someone, it's also a way to say thank you. So, why not? Here, take your shoes.
Who's that? He's waving at us.
I think he's trying to get our attention. Now he's pointing at your feet.
Oh no! I'm wearing the wrong shoes. I'm wearing his shoes.
What? You're kidding!
I don't know what you're smiling about. It's your fault. You gave them to me and I made a fool of myself.
I'm sorry, but they're almost identical to yours.
So what do you think happened? Excellent! The boys went to a Japanese restaurant where they had to take off their shoes and eat with chopsticks. At the end, one of the boys wore the wrong shoes. Thank you for watching.